Hi there, my name is Mike Shillin, President at Shillin Wealth Management. Today we're going to take some time to educate you further on the best uses for eMoney. eMoney is the heart of Shillin Wealth Management. We use it primarily to help clients understand their situations and more specifically to help them identify what their long-term and short-term goals are so that they can make confident long-term decisions. eMoney is a fantastic planning tool that was designed for clients to see their whole picture. And what I mean by that is not just their investments that we help them manage on a day-to-day basis, but also their other major assets such as their home or their work 401ks. So with that being said, let's dive in. All right, welcome to the Advisor Hub of the eMoney platform. In our practice here at Shillin Wealth Management, this has become one of the first stops for us on a day-to-day basis. From this dashboard, you can easily track your total assets under management, both held directly through the firm, and also assets like 401k, insurance, and annuities that may be held directly with the fund company. So as you can see here on my dashboard, we can see our direct Fidelity assets that are custodied, and we can also see how they break down in terms of different types of account. And we can also see here the part of our book of business that is held away at other financial institutions. One of the gripes we've had with Wealthscape is that Wealthscape only shows the asset base that is held directly through Fidelity. This gives you a more comprehensive view of what's going on within your practice. The other side of this that we've really enjoyed integrating into our practice is the Analytics tab, which was recently just put out by eMoney. One thing that we as financial advisors are always trying to do is aggregate data so that we can run our businesses as efficiently as possible, but more importantly, service our clients and provide the best service as possible. I'm going to show you just several of the top advisor analytics tools that we like to use on a day-to-day basis. This first report shows you where all of your assets that aren't held directly through Fidelity, through National Financial Services, are custodian. As you can see here, a lot of our assets are held through DST Vision. We, in particular, oversee several large 401k plans for corporations in the area, so we use different 401k vendors but use DST Vision to custody those assets. But we can also get a simple breakdown here to see what some of our biggest outside product partners are, which when you're making big decisions about what 401k platform are you getting the best service from or insurance company, this is a great way to tell where you're doing that business away from your book. The other side is just getting a rough demographic of the different age groups in your book of business. As we all continue to move forward in our careers, we're going to deal with different generations of families and business owners. What I like about this tool is I can really get a good idea of where my sweet spot is in my target client. As you can see here, the majority of my business is occupied by the baby boomer generation, but something we as a firm are really trying to focus on is improving our Generation X and Generation Y exposure. Another pretty handy tool here is to also look at who is your biggest client from a top asset under management standpoint. As we all know from running practices, client segmentation is vital from running an efficient business. So easily from just running one simple report, we can go here and we can rank our clients from assets under management so that we can see where our clients are stacked up so that in our CRM system, we can consistently make sure that we have an accurate list. The other side of that, not all of our clients have all of their wealth held directly with us. Some of them are still owning businesses that haven't been turned into liquid wealth. What's great about the net worth tool is you can get an idea of who those clients are and what their net worth is moving at on an annual basis. So not only can you get a clear view of your assets under management on assets you directly control, but you can also get an idea of seeing who your clients have with the highest net worth. Our practice in particular also does a lot of insurance planning, such as life insurance and long-term care for our clients. What I've come to learn is that our clients don't want to have to deal with managing their premiums. So one of the new tools that eMoney put out about a month ago is the Insurance Policy Anniversary. What this does is it shows all policies with a premium coming due in the next 30 days so that we are consistently paying our clients' premiums on time and avoiding any types of lapse. We've also used this report to integrate into our CRM system so that we can reach out to our clients and send them an email or a phone call and let them know that we've taken care of the policy. So a lot of the analytics dashboard has allowed us to really improve our service matrix so that we're making more contact with our clients, but more importantly, making meaningful contact and helping them live better financial lives. Other tools that are available here are clients who have stock options. We can track all of our clients' life insurance policies and track what types of products they're using. We can look at all of our clients who have mortgages and track what their loan amounts are, what their balance is, and what their average interest rate is. We can look at clients by top salary. We can look at where our clients live from a geographic standpoint. And more specifically, we can dive into the geographic standpoint and look at what counties these people are actually living in. Say, for example, as you can see here, the majority of my clients live in Wisconsin. Let's say we only want to send a postcard to our clients in Minnesota. eMoney would allow us to simply aggregate a list that would allow us to generate that specific outcome. I'd highly encourage you to spend some time within your advisor analytics dashboard. This is ultimately customizable, where you can basically build the reports so you can look at what you want to see on a day-to-day basis. More specifically, let's talk about clients, because this is what we come to work for every day, is to take care of our clients. In our practice, eMoney has become the heart and soul of our day-to-day interactions with our customers. I've built you a sample eMoney profile to give you an idea of how our branch approaches a new client. Before we even meet with a new client, we begin by making eMoney a part of the relationship from the beginning. All of our prospects or potential new clients are sent an invitation to join eMoney. What I love about the feature of eMoney is that it now comes with a new survey that helps you populate your potential new clients' data before even meeting with them or collecting any of their personal information. Most of the time, this helps us build trust from an immediate standpoint because it shows the prospect that we're more interested in what it is that they're trying to accomplish instead of just simply gathering assets. One of our best practices that we would recommend is setting up the default in all of your new client eMoney portals just to start off with the new client questionnaire. And voila, what the final product of that is 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a completed financial plan with some gaps, obviously. The key is getting to know people. That's why we're in this business, and figuring out what it is they need. So what we use eMoney for is to put and aggregate all of our clients' assets, whether it's money that we manage directly or assets that they held outside of Fidelity, such as 529 plans or their work retirement plans, and try to give them a realistic view of their entire financial picture. From the client's dashboard, we can show them their total net worth, their investments, their investment allocation. We can show them their risk for those of you who are integrating Riskalyze risk software into your practice. But this is really when we meet with our clients where we're getting into the details. Starting off, this is where we find out their family. I'm a big believer of knowing who our clients' kids are because you never know when life could change and we need to know who steps in to help take care of things. But this is also where you start to set the foundational goals such as retirement, life expectancy. This is where you really dig in the priorities section to find out what it is people are afraid of and more importantly, what's important to them so that we can incorporate it into the plan. The Goals tab is where you start to get into the nitty-gritty details. This is where you can customize different financial goals, whether they're short-term, intermediate, or long-term in nature. This gives the customer the ability to really get an idea of what it is they need, but also for us as advisors, it helps us understand wants versus needs. The Net Worth tab is where you enter any assets not held directly with you so that you can make sure that you're integrating their entire financial picture so that you're getting the best potential outcomes for your clients. The next tab is the Income tab. Now this is all encompassing. This is where you incorporate things such as salaries, pensions, Social Security, land contracts, you name it. Annuity income, we can incorporate just about anything you would ever want to see here. But again, this tab along with the Net Worth tab are arguably two of the most important because without the right input, you're not going to get accurate output so that you can best advise your client. Expenses and taxes are pretty self-explanatory. For people who are still working or may be working part-time, we like to make sure that we include their current living expenses as well as what their cash flow needs may be in retirement. This is where you'd also incorporate things such as liabilities and education expenses, and as also focusing on taxes. A lot of our clients are still building wealth too. They're still contributing to things like business retirement accounts or children's 529 plans, so it's also important to make sure that you have these up to date as well. If you're working with an existing client, their current asset allocation will automatically flow here. If you're dealing with a prospect, you will have to either send them a risk tolerance questionnaire, which will automatically populate their stated risk level, or you can actually set up a recommended asset allocation just so that you get more realistic output. The planning tab is where I always like to say the magic happens. This is really where the meat of my client meetings live. The hard part about financial planning is nobody realistically understands what the probability of an outcome is. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is what is referred to as the goal planner. This is where we take all of the different goals that our clients have stated and we run a Monte Carlo trial to show them what the probability of the outcome is. What's very cool about this tool is that it's very flexible and dynamic and that many different situations can be illustrated to the client. If a client wants to look at different retirement ages, different income amounts, we can illustrate just about any situation that they would ever want to see. In this particular situation, we even just changed the college that one of their children would attend, and we could see what type of impact it made going from a private school to a public university. Getting back to something I said earlier, our job is to help our clients make confident decisions. In my opinion, this right here is what shows a client if they're making a confident decision or not. Obviously, we want to see all of our clients' goals as close to the confidence zone as we possibly can, but unfortunately, there's going to be times where our clients' wishes and wants aren't realistic, and rather than having a sort of off-the-wall, uncomfortable conversation, this puts it in black and white why their wishes or dreams may be unrealistic, so that we can help them reach a more achievable outcome. But from here, this is where we can go into the decision center, which I like to talk about because it really shows and explains to clients what cash flow looks like. Most of our clients are entering retirement, and their number one objective is to not run out of money. What eMoney is great at doing is showing what those risks could potentially look like. In this particular situation, based upon the client's needs and wants, you can see here that they would be running out of money at around age 88, even though we used age 100 as their potential life expectancy. We can also show different variables changing, such as selling a business, increasing annual savings, and why not, let's buy a boat. But the whole purpose of this tool is to create dynamic situations to show how making different decisions, whether it's working longer, whether it's saving more, can have an impact on a client's long-term well-being. One of the new functionalities that we found to be really useful is the new cash flow tool. Something that I find that clients really struggle with when it comes to retirement is knowing what buckets to pull money from to create income. With the new cash flow feature, we can easily illustrate to them where their retirement income is coming from and why. And more importantly, we can show that dynamic relationship all the way through life expectancy so the clients can see what their annual cash flow looks like with inflation, but more importantly, to show how potential distributions from investments could impact their portfolio's longevity. We found this tool to create not only great conversations about income longevity, but also it's now fed into things such as tax planning to help clients figure out Roth conversions and estate plans. For those of you who really like to get into the weeds, eMoney also has more complicated planning scenarios that you can also input into your clients' day-to-day plans. Something that we focus a lot on, as I mentioned before, is helping our clients get ready for retirement, but also to help them figure out if they should have life insurance or long-term care. Another functionality that we found to be very useful is also creating investment policy statements through this plan as well. You know, this is a video for another day, but I'm really just showing you the surface of this. We all know that every client is going to have a different goal in their life. Frankly, by clicking the advanced planning tool, you can illustrate just about any scenario that you would ever need to show somebody. So what I love about eMoney is it helps the client see their life and it helps them understand the why. The last part that I think is worth showing you is the Reports tab. A lot of times clients don't want to see their whole financial plan. They just want to isolate maybe one portion of it. Let's say that you're working with a client and their accountant on forecasting potential tax issues. Well, with the income tax calculator, you can show the client, based on current tax assumptions and current cash flow needs, what their potential taxes could look like not only today, but 20 or 30 years down the road. I personally use this a lot to talk about Roth conversions and the advantages in planning with our clients. But again, from the Reports tab, you can illustrate any one specific thing that you would ever want to see. And last but not least, the Client Vault. Client retention is such an important part to running an advisory practice. If you make yourself a commodity, people aren't going to stay with you. What I think eMoney helps our clients do is consolidate their entire financial life into one place so that they feel like we're their quarterback and helping them manage their finances. From the Client Vault, not only can our clients upload things like insurance policies, legal documents, real estate deeds, but they can also upload things like their annual tax returns. People want simplicity, and let's face it, today people are on the go. So using a tool like the Vault gives them access to documents that are extremely important to them so that they can always have their information on hand when they need it. The other cool part about this program as well is everything we do is visible from a client perspective. We've gotten some of our best feedback from clients resulting from the eMoney homepage. If you want to talk about creating dynamic, sticky client relationships, introduce them to the eMoney Client Hub. This is a great place where they can open up and add outside assets such as 401ks, 403bs, and insurance products so that you can get a better picture of what's going on behind the scenes so that you can advise on their entire financial picture. This is our first video. This is more of a 30,000 foot view of what eMoney is and what it can offer to your practice. Going forward, we'll be a little bit more specific on focusing on certain features, but for any of you who have questions about this or how we actually use this in real time with a client, we'd be happy to speak with you. Again, thank you for your time and thank you for your consideration of using the eMoney platform.